retreat. So what you gonna do? I'm transcending.
I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow.
Where else can be the loud but in the now? Come on, brother.
I'm on a silent retreat.
It's so felty, like the nose of a horse.
Another connection. Friends, old and new. I am so grateful, truly, every time someone reaches out to me and I get to work again, to work with you collaboratively, creatively. What a blessing it is to connect in this way, to see your work, to see what you're up to, for your work to become a part of the greater work in my heart. This is Adam Lau, an old friend of mine. I believe that all of our friends have some kind of beautiful lesson to teach us, and this is the guy who taught me rule number 62. Don't take yourself so seriously, man.
It's gonna take you a while to get warmed up. Yeah, it's perfectly understandable. We can do more. We can do more than one take of this shit. Yes, that's classic life. I've never seen you do anything more loud than now. Hey, oh man, where else can be the loud but in the now? Come on, brother.
Classic Lau.
His name is Adam Lau, man.
He likes to ride on a donkey. Time to express yourself.
Now with Classic Lau.
So my friend Mac, I haven't seen him in years, but he's such a good friend of mine. I love him so much. Just disappeared, but one day we were having like just this conversation going real deep, and I went off this way. I was like, well, Mac, when we die, we what? I said, when we die, what? What? I was just saying, like when we pass away, what? Man, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not gonna die. I said, well, what you gonna do? I'm gonna transcend.
Oh, maybe I'll just be in control of that. You? Oh, well, okay. There's a joke. It's fine. I love it when you do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow.
Taking it back. What the devil done took from me.
I'm taking it back.
Taking it back.
What the devil done took from me.
Come on.
What the devil done took from me. Said I'm taking it back. I'm taking it back. By the Lord's authority. Hey, Jesus said I can cross that line. Take back all that's rightfully mine. So I'm taking it back. What the devil done took from me.
What the devil done took from me. And you're gonna take it back. Wow.
We're taking it back. Yeah. It ain't nothing against flesh and blood. It's the powers and principalities, y'all.
Yeah, so continue about what you were saying.
I'm on a silent retreat.
Well, you and I were having a conversation.
I'm on a silent retreat.
I guess that could best be easiest be described as a conversation about race.
Yeah.
And you were telling me about what it was like for you to grow up, and I was telling you about what it was like for me to grow up. And I was telling you about how when I was 7, 8, 9 years old, I was channeling a deep and hateful racism toward my classmates, toward 2 of my classmates in particular. And the results of that were really annihilating for me. Fortunately, right? I mean, fortunately, that was annihilated in me. It's a fortunate thing that I was deeply humbled as a 7, 8, 9-year-old. Maybe not as humble as my classmates, you know. I mean, but in the telling of but my story is essential also. Although I was in the role of the hater. I mean, that's difficult because nobody really wants to empathize with that. But I had to learn how to empathize with that 7, 8, 9-year-old boy who was just, I mean, obviously so deeply hurt that he had to try to make himself feel bigger by making others feel smaller.
Thank you.
Did you record that? Is it still recording?
It is.
Oh.
It's okay.
It's
I'm
okay.
loving it.
Yeah, you got a profile going on. Is that what you got? That's cool. There are many and diverse ways in which a human being can get themselves wrecked. It seems that we've been born into some kind of karmalized world, and it seems that we must take responsibility for our reaction to everything that we experience.
Hey man, have you ever heard of the ancient astronaut theory?
Yeah, man. I've watched it several times, bro.
Yeah, man, I don't know. It's pretty wild. What do you think about that?
In theory, it works.
You're rolling.
In theory, it definitely works,
Yeah.
man. One man's trash is another man's treasure. One man's sin is another man's love. One man's life is another man's pleasure. One man's bush is another man's shop. One man's cry is another man's song. One man's dusk is another man's dawn. One man's right, one man's wrong. I'm transcend.